Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. Carter increases efforts to restore hope. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan may decide that this is what's best for her when Carter Walton learns that Deacon Sharp is pressuring her to get back together with Liam Spencer. Carter wants a chance to do things right, but Hope feels deceived. Without a doubt, Carter will work harder to regain her. I hope Logan is recognizing her mistakes. When it comes to women, Liam might be a waffler. But Liam only accomplished half of his potential. By going to another woman, like Hope did with Thomas Forrester, Liam most definitely did not betray her. Hope wanted more because she was bored. Nevertheless, Hope ultimately ruined her life on her own. Thomas desired to wed Hope and provide her with all of life's pleasures. But in the end, Hope wasn't prepared to commit to Thomas. Hope was given multiple chances by Thomas before he moved on to someone else. Thomas's decision to end things and move out of town was greatly influenced by Steffi Forrester. Carter Walton is adamant about getting another chance. Carter feels that he deserves another opportunity with Hope because she is his soulmate. Hope doesn't see that possibility, though, and believes Carter betrayed her by not supporting her the way she has him and by returning Forrester creations. Hope has no sense of Carter's affection for her. Was Hope merely a tool for Carter's purposes? Carter has expressed his feelings for Hope to Brooke Logan in an honest manner. But Brooke thinks Carter should express his emotions more. After all, Hope witnessed Carter letting someone else kiss him. Carter should be establishing limits, but he isn't. Will Carter be able to turn this around and win Hope back? I hope Liam Spencer and Logan have a child together. Liam and Hope are parents to a kid together. Hope may become even more eager to see Liam again as a result of this. After all, Liam has been on Hope's mind a lot lately. Hope is still completely unaware of Liam's problems. When Hope discovers the truth, what will happen? Will Hope go back to Liam and promise to make the most of his final days? There was a time when Hope and Liam were doing better. Liam even asked Hope to give him another chance when he returned. Hope refused to reconcile with Liam after confessing her love for Carter at the moment. Now that Hope has spent some time apart from Carter, will this change? Is Liam merely a place of comfort, or does Hope want him back? As Deacon encourages her to approach Liam, Carter tries to regain hope. Carter learns that Deacon is pressuring Hope in Liam's direction, endangering his opportunity to make amends with the woman he loves. Will Hope give Carter another opportunity or opt for a cozy past with Liam? Carter fights for a second chance while Deacon pushes Hope toward Liam. The struggle for Hope's affections just became much more complicated. The Hope-Logan love triangle gets more convoluted just when we thought it could get any more complicated. According to sources, Carter Walton is going to learn something that could drive him insane. Deacon Sharp is actively pressuring his daughter to return to her former partner, Liam Spencer. It was quite the gut hit. Carter has gone through a lot in an attempt to get Hope back after their nasty divorce from Forrester Creations, and now her father is now against him? People, the drama is real. Carter unveils the matchmaking scheme used by Deacons. Carter is adamant about getting Hope back and isn't just sitting around wallowing over her passing. However, Deacon Sharp recently became a significant obstacle in his quest to reconciliation. It's like witnessing someone kick a man when he's already down when Carter learns that Deacon has been aggressively pushing his daughter to get back together with baby daddy Liam. After the entire Forrester Creations fiasco, didn't Carter already have enough on his plate? Let's face it, Deacon has always harbored affection for Liam. Do you recall his statement to Hope that Carter had it coming and that he did what he had to do? Deacon even mentioned how much he valued Liam more than Carter in that April 10th conversation, but it was only the beginning. The wounds of Hope's betrayal are deep. The really juicy part is that Hope is still dealing with some really hurt feelings over Carter. Not simply because Carter returned Forrester Creations to the Forrester family, she feels totally deceived. She feels that he did not provide her with the same level of assistance that she did for him during difficult times. Can we hold her accountable? Their corporate takeover fell apart like a house of cards because of the man who said he loved her. To exacerbate the situation, Hope reportedly saw another lady kissing Carter and did nothing to stop it. Talk about making matters worse. It makes sense that she is thinking about how solid life might be with Liam's predictability. The issue still stands, was Hope only a pawn in Carter's corporate chess game, or did he really love her? Everything is complicated by the Liam factor. Not to mention that Hope and Liam have a daughter named Beth, which forges a lasting connection between them that Carter just cannot match. Even though Hope is unaware of Liam's health situation, she has been thinking about him more lately. When she finds out that Liam has a brain hemorrhage, can you imagine what would happen? Talk about a revolutionary idea. Hope adamantly declared her love for Carter when Liam earlier came scuttling back, demanding another chance. However, that was prior to the Forrester takeover, which caused everything to collapse. Could Hope be re-evaluating her options now that she was farther away from Carter and Deacon was whispering in her ear? Is Liam only a convenient backup plan, or is he really the love of her life? At least he never betrayed Hope by going to another woman, unlike Hope's behavior with Thomas Forrester when she became disinterested in her marriage, even though he may be a noted waffler between women. Carter's desperate attempt to get revenge. Carter should not be written off just yet. He is certain that Hope is his soul mate, and he will not give up easily. Carter has even received advice from Brooke Logan that if he hopes to regain her daughter, he must improve his behavior and express his emotions more honestly. Additionally, people usually pay attention to Brooke's love advice. Can Carter show Hope that he truly loves her? Will he eventually learn to respect women and put all of his energy into regaining the woman he says is meant to be his? Or has Deacon already steered Hope back toward a family life with Liam and it's too late? In any case, you can bet that this triangle is going to blow up in classic manner. Fans of soap operas, keep an eye out because this train of heartbreak is about to depart the station. 3 new chapters of love stories, these intimate reunions must take place. Let's discuss several couples who might reunite for new beginnings because these love reunions are necessary. 1. Hope and Liam. Despite their recent reconciliation after his collapse at the Spencer house, is Steffi Forrester truly Liam Spencer's intended partner? Has given the impression that Steffi's genuine soulmate is John Finnegan, suggesting that Liam's soulmate might be someone else. Given that Deacon Sharp has been giving Liam clues that suggest a reunion with Hope Logan, perhaps Liam should get back together with her. Even if Liam's medical condition is dire, he might eventually heal miraculously and start over with Hope. Additionally, it would be an excellent method to restart Hope's character and put her back on course. 2. Katie and Bill. Bill Spencer could use another opportunity at love because he hasn't found love in a long time. Could Katie Logan finally give in and tell Bill that they are getting back together, even though she has turned him down more times than he can remember? According to the most recent leaks, Brooke Logan is preparing for a reunion with Nick Marone, thus Bill won't be able to use her for the near future. As long as Happily Ever After lasts on a soap opera, the show might as well allow Katie to give in to Bill and welcome another opportunity at a happy ending. 3. Quinn and Carter. Perhaps the program should rehash Carter Walton's romance with Quinn Fuller, who was undoubtedly his best match. They could always remake Quinn's role even if they are unable to reclaim Rena Sofer from GH. Carter continues to look for his ideal partner, but their relationship never seems to last. Should Quinn and Carter be reunited on the show so they may experience a new chapter in their love story? According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, there will be more love life updates on the CBS soap opera, so expect a number of characters to make some new romantic predictions and pursue their desires. A miracle is dead ahead because of Liam's careless choice. According to previews on The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer believed his issue was over. However, the episodes of fainting that he believed were caused by a brain hemorrhage are far more serious than that. Shocked, doctors Bridget Forrester and Grace Buckingham hurried to the other doctor involved. John Finnegan is caught up in what has turned into a terrifying plot. Now, fans are speculating as to whether Liam's confirmed inoperable brain mass will ultimately result in his death or if a soap opera miracle treatment will be the denouement. We didn't miss the father-daughter dance. Liam deserves a lot of praise for being a dedicated father. He arrived at the Cliff House after being released from the hospital. At the beginning of what should have been an amazing weekend, Kelly Spencer was prepared for the dance, wearing what may have been an Easter ensemble. Her father was unusually late, and she was waiting for him. Since she couldn't inform Kelly that Liam was in the hospital, Steffi Forrester Finnegan had to strike a balance. Steffi, however, was only partially aware of the story. She was about to be jolted into a new reality, just like Finn and the audience. The battle of Liam Spencer's life is upon him. Liam had already experienced a number of mishaps and illnesses. However, due to the phrase terminal, the upcoming health battle will be the most difficult of his life. When Grace informed Finn that the mass was inoperable, she omitted that term. When Bridget understood the ramifications of this breathtaking revelation, she started crying. Finn was shocked, but not enough to stop him from telling Steffi the news right away. Therefore, a much bigger leak resulted from Liam's careless choice to remove all of his medical equipment and release himself than he was attempting to conceal. That moment crushed Liam's wish to hide what he believed to be a treatable health condition from the majority of those who knew him. Since Steffi is not subject to any doctor-patient confidentiality agreements, she will likely feel pressured to share what she has discovered with Liam's loved ones, including maybe Kelly. I'm hoping Logan will step up. Hope Logan and Carter Walton's breakup seemed hasty, and it was. Devoted watchers sensed that both personalities had something in store. It was clear that Daphne Rose desired Carter and would stop at nothing to convince him that Hope wasn't Mrs. Right. Even still, Carter is deeply affected by Hope's breakup with him. However, the spectator is now aware of the reasons behind Noelle's and St. Victor's recent character separation. In order to support Liam during his most difficult time, Hope had to be available. Long simmering beneath the surface of The Bold and the Beautiful is the chemistry between Steffi Forrester and Carter Walton. However, a recent plotline brought tensions to a head, leaving Steffi in a panic as Carter made his wishes apparent. This intense emotional conflict was about more than simply temptation, it was also about power struggles, unfulfilled desires, and the delicate balance of Steffi and Finn's apparently ideal marriage. The conversation between the COO of Forrester Creations and the company's trusted legal advisor swiftly devolved into a moment of extreme vulnerability, making Steffi face emotions she had made a valiant effort to repress. A stable marriage, or so it appeared, was the setup. In the turbulent world of Steffi and Finn's relationship has been a rare source of stability. Steffi's marriage to Finn has been characterized by mutual respect, trust, and constant support, in contrast to her turbulent past with Liam. Steffi has always required the stable presence of Finn, a loving husband and stepfather to Kelly and Hayes. However, beneath the surface of this idyllic partnership, fractures have started to appear, not because of treachery or infidelity, but rather because of Steffi's intense past and the allure of unresolved connections. Carter Walton comes in. Carter's disclosure, an unchangeable moment. Although Carter has always been a kind man, his love life has not always been easy. Carter has often been let down by love, from his disastrous engagement to Quinn to his disastrous liaison with Paris. One thing hasn't changed, though, his unconscious attraction to Steffi. The program had hinted at their chemistry for years with lingering looks, intense exchanges, and close calls that alluded to something more profound. Carter did not, however, go beyond a veiled expression of respect to a direct proclamation until a private discussion in the Forrester headquarters. Carter faced Steffi in a tense scene, his customary professionalism giving way to unvarnished candor. He challenged her by entering her personal space and saying, "You can't tell me you've never thought about it." For the first time, Steffi was unable to resist the urge to laugh or make a contemptuous comment as the air between them brimmed with unspoken longing. Carter's remarks were more than simply a suggestion, they were an admission of something Steffi had deliberately chosen not to look into. Fear of the unknown is the source of Steffi's panic. Panic was Steffi's first response. The silent, paralyzing anxiety of someone peering into a chasm of what-ifs, rather than the theatrical, soap opera hysterics of a woman embroiled in controversy. With her eyes sparkling with a mixture of panic and something far more dangerous, curiosity, Jacqueline McInnes would portray the moment brilliantly. Carter wasn't the only one involved. It was about Steffi facing the fact that, despite the appearance of stability, she might still have unfulfilled needs. Although Finn was her pillar of support, Carter stood for an unexplored path that simultaneously excited and alarmed her. The fear stemmed from the knowledge that she might destroy her marriage, not merely the possibility of doing so. The temptation was genuine. The shadow of Finn, the imperceptible danger. The ghost of Finn hovering over this moment was what made it so explosive. Finn has remained faithful throughout Steffi's earlier betrayals, unlike Liam, whose incessant vacillating made them all but foreseeable. It felt impossible to harm him, which only made Steffi's internal struggle worse. There would be no justifications or accusations against Finn's behavior if she catered to Carter. She would be solely to blame. Carter's risk, putting himself in danger. Carter's audacity in this situation was different from his typically calm manner. This was a man weary of suppressing his emotions, not the circumspect attorney considering his remarks. But there was a huge danger involved in his gamble. Their working relationship might suffer irreversible harm if Steffi rejected him directly. Carter, however, appeared prepared to take that chance, speculating that Steffi's hesitancy indicated she felt the same way. The repercussions, what happens next? Fans are left with unanswered questions following this confrontation. Will Steffi tell Finn the truth? Her fear indicates that she might attempt to ignore the situation, but Carter's insistence might compel her to do so. Could this be the start of an affair? We know from soap opera history that prohibited attractions are rarely left unexplored. When Finn learns, how will he respond? This is the first time his faith in Steffi has been put to the test. Why this storyline works? Because it is grounded on emotional realism rather than melodrama, this plot works. Steffi is an imperfect woman caught off guard by her own wants, not a monster plotting behind her husband's back. Carter is a man who is finally daring to pursue his goals, he is not a homewrecker. Furthermore, Finn, the unintentional third party in this triangle, is not some ignorant idiot, rather, he is the potential cause of harm. After decades of love triangles, The Bold and the Beautiful has managed to make this one feel novel, which is a credit to their storytelling. The conclusion is deliciously unpredictable, the stakes are high, and the emotions are intense. Hope spies Sheila's betrayal. The Bold and the Beautiful are devastated by a perverted game of deception. One of The Bold and the Beautiful's most exciting plotlines in years began when Hope Logan unintentionally discovered Sheila Carter's most recent betrayal. Hope was caught in the crosshairs of Sheila's toxic infatuation as what started out as an innocent discovery swiftly turned into a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. This was a psychological thriller unfolding in real time, with the potential to ruin lives and permanently alter friendships. It wasn't just another soap opera reveal. The scene, Sheila's meticulously designed front. The most infamous villain on daytime television, Sheila Carter, had accomplished the seemingly impossible by being accepted into the Forrester family's inner circle. Sheila had persuaded Steffi and Finn, her biological son, that she had transformed by a perverse mix of deceit and pure luck. Sheila's old adversary Brooke had even reluctantly welcomed her. Sheila's redemption story, however, was always a house of cards that was about to fall apart. One mistake was all it took for everything to fall apart. Here comes Hope Logan, the last-minute hiccup in Sheila's ambitious plan. The fateful finding, the startling disclosure of Hope. Hope's unintentional discovery of Sheila's treachery was a silent, spooky moment that was all the more horrifying since it wasn't a dramatic confrontation. She might have overheard Sheila on a dubious phone conversation. Perhaps she caught Sheila tampering with papers or plotting with an old foe. Regardless of the details, Hope witnessed something that she shouldn't have seen and that demonstrated Sheila's complete lack of reform. This scene's nuance was what made it so brilliant. Hope's revelation was portrayed by Annika Noel with exquisite composure. As the consequences sink in, her expression alternated between shock and disbelief before settling into abject horror. Sheila was planning something much more dangerous than simply lying. Sheila's fear, a cornered predator. In this instance, Kimberlin Brown's portrayal of Sheila was nothing short of legendary. Sheila's mask briefly lifted to show the ruthless, cunning killer underneath as soon as she felt Hope had witnessed too much. However, Sheila effortlessly switched into damage control mode in typical Sheila form. Would she openly threaten Hope? Would she deceive her into questioning her observations? Or would she take more drastic action? This plot was so captivating since it was unpredictable. After playing the devoted grandma for months, Sheila's survival instincts were taking over, and when she feels threatened, people are harmed. Hope's choice: should Sheila be known or should she keep quiet? Hope's first instinct was instinctive: she needed to tell someone. Who would believe her, though? Brooke? Even though she had been warning about Sheila for years, she had begun to believe in the redemption act. Liam? He would support Hope, but it would just appear to be another Logan Forrester feud in the absence of hard evidence. Finn? The largest wild card. He had developed an unexpected bond with Sheila. Would Hope's statement alone cause him to turn against his own mother? The plot's ingenuity was in the fact that Hope was fighting perception as much as Sheila. Sheila had assimilated into their life for months, portraying Hope as the unreasonable one who had doubted her. The battle of the mind begins. There was a master class in tension that ensued. Seeing that Hope was a loose end, Sheila attacked in two ways. Public charm offensive. In order to make any charges appear insane, she intensified her changed woman act and showered Hope with phony compassion in public. Private threats. Sheila made it plain in whispered exchanges that there would be repercussions if Hope raised her voice. For Beth, as well as for Hope. Sheila had already breached boundaries, so the implied risk was obvious. She wouldn't think twice about doing it. The ripple effect: dissolution of alliances. The repercussions started to spread as Hope surreptitiously attempted to collect evidence. Steffi's conflict. Steffi's choice to put up with Sheila might endanger her family if Hope was correct. However, acknowledging it meant acknowledging that she had been duped. Finn's crisis of faith. He had to think Sheila had changed for their relationship to work. What did it indicate about his judgment if that was a lie? This was the "I told you so" moment that Brooke had never desired. Sheila could cause irreversible harm if she were playing them all. A showdown is imminent, marking the breaking point. Hope would have to put everything on the line to expose Sheila in the inevitable showdown that the plot was building toward. Would that be sufficient, though? Sheila has made it through more serious scandals. More times than anyone could count, she had gotten out of jail, pretended to be dead, and come back from the dead. It would take more than just words to defeat her. Someone who was as merciless as she was would be needed. Why people find this storyline appealing? This storyline succeeded because it appealed to common anxieties. The fear of being disbelieved while you are aware of the truth. A wolf in sheep's clothes earning your family's trust is a terrible thing. The crippling fear that raising one's voice may worsen the situation. It also presented Hope as a woman who must become a warrior in order to defend the people she loves, rather than as Brooke's daughter or Liam's hesitant wife. What comes next in the aftermath? Now, the question is whether Sheila's demise will last or if she will slither away again. There is little doubt that Hope's revelation has started a series of events that will affect everyone.